We've got the Frisco Bowl.
Frisco.
North Texas playing. There we go, man. There we go. I was waiting for that. North Texas playing Boise State Saturday, December 17th at 8:15 p.m. Could you get any worse of a time?
That was, yeah.
You can watch it on ESPN. Yikes. Boise State coming in as 10-point favorites. The over-under is set at 56 and a half. Ish.
Yeah.
I personally do not have very high expectations for this game.
No.
Head coach Seth Luttrell was fired earlier this week. The former athletic director Ren Baker. I almost said Ben Raker.
Ben Raker.
Ren Baker.
The new AD.
Yeah.
Just him with a mustache. Ren with a mustache.
Yeah, with a mustache.
Wouldn't it be a shame if I...
I love that. But he announced his move to the Big 12 West Virginia early on last week. So I honestly think that this is going to be a game where North Texas just needs to set aside all of that background noise, because there's a lot of attention. There's a lot of national attention on this team right now, and that can be a little bit intimidating. I think it could go one of two ways. They could either take advantage of it, or they could be shut down because of all the background noise around this team.
Yeah, I believe Phil Bennett takes over as interim for the bowl game. And the thing that worries me about this game is this is a Boise team that's turned out to be a lot better than I think we thought.
Yes.
This is a team that lost to UTEP. This is a team that looked like it was on the downturn. The offense was absolutely putrid. I think Hank Bachmeier entered the transfer portal like mid-season or something like that. They fired their offensive coordinator. Like it was looking bad, and a lot of people blame. They were like, "Oh, they lost to UTEP, so they fired everybody." It was like, no, they were actually they looked pretty bad prior to leading up to that game too. Since then, they've had just 2 losses. Right? They're 9-4. Their defense is really good. Their offense has been still not that great, but they've been able, I believe they're number 2 in passing EPA on defense, number 31 in rushing EPA on defense. They are stellar on that side of the ball. As we know, with where UNT found its groove towards the end of the season, or really after once conference started, was offensively, right? Osanani found a stride, right? The running game found a stride. He was able to make those, the big play wide receivers were able to find some things. And so that kind of plays into what Boise State's kind of found in the passing game and defensively in the passing game. And so I think the matchup's not there. I feel like you mentioned it, the off-field stuff's a little awkward. And so part of me wants to believe that UNT rallies and say, screw it, we're going to win a bowl game, right? We got to go out there, we'll play for ourselves, play for Coach Bennett, right? Because we don't know if he's going to be here next year, things like that. And they go out and they play with their hair on fire and, come out looking good, which also is a legitimate possibility. But another one is that they just run into this Boise team that's finding itself, that's fully realizing its identity, and it kind of just I don't want to say this isn't a double-digit game or double-digit margin. UNT's more talented than that, but I do feel like this could turn into 27-18, right? Something like that. Maybe UNT's a little bit more explosive than that on offense, but you get what I'm saying.
Right.
That type of margin. So I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't shock me if UNT comes out and wins this game, playing with all those factors. But I probably lean Boise State.
I think I agree with you. North Texas, I feel like, has really found its identity in its running game.
Sure.
I think Osanani has been pretty good this year, but of course he is susceptible to turnovers.
Yep.
On the Boise State defensive side, that run defense is really good. Probably probably the best unit on that defense that they have. My concern is, how is UNT going to move the ball when they want to run the ball? But they can't rely on those explosive plays because Boise State's going to get you there. Do you utilize the tight end more? Do you throw the ball more to Jake Roberts?
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like you have to almost. You have to utilize Jake Roberts a little bit more
because they haven't been doing that, and I don't understand why. Because in the UTEP game,
I was going to say UTEP, yeah.
Craven, they threw the ball to him, and I don't even remember how many times they threw to Jake Roberts, but they
felt like 20.
It felt like 20,
Yeah.
And they got that passing offense moving without relying on those explosive plays by Osanani.
Yeah.
So why not do that more?
I would
They're
love
not
for
going to be
that.
able to run the ball as hard this time.
Right, no, absolutely not. I think, let me see. Yeah, he had 4 catches against UTEP, Jake Roberts. And then he had no more than 3 except for Western Kentucky on October 29th where he had 5. And the rest of the time he had 3 catches twice in the rest of the year.
Utilize him more.
Yeah,
I mean,
I definitely agree. He's a physical freak. He is only a sophomore. Like he's 6'5", 250.
He's huge.
He's huge. So like I feel like he's a weapon that they should be able to utilize in this game.
Yeah.
Definitely. 100%.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So are you going with Boise State in this one?
I think I am.
I think I am too.
I
think that I just feel like the background noise is just going to be too much for this team to have. Now it is in their own backyard, so they pretty much have a home field advantage in that sense, but I don't know if they can just overcome the off-field noise to be able to play just physical dominant football.
Sure.
If you want a little more noise, just tweeted out by ya boy Mike Craven. Austin Ani plans to enter the NFL draft following the Frisco Bowl. So there you go. There's that little nugget.
There you go.
There's more noise there.
Well, who knows? This could be his. You know, this maybe he sees it as like I got to go out well, right? I got to go out playing my best football,
right?
If this is my last game in college and for North Texas, so who knows? That could go either way in terms of noise, right? He could see that. You could see that as like, I don't know. I see that as only a good thing, right? Because he's not opting out. He's going to play, and he's going to want to put on for his future and for probably for North Texas. He's going to want to put on one good show.
Right.
So we'll see.
My worry is who's going to take over next year at quarterback.
That's a good point. Listen, it's a transfer portal era. I don't think anybody in this state knows who their quarterback is going to be next year.
Right. No, man, that'll be a fun off-season topic to talk about. But
his musical chairs around here.
There you go. We're both taking Boise State on that one.